With only a few days removed from the official release of the first real spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, does this particular game hold a place in platform history, or did the game fall short of platforming glory? I'm Heracross Gaming, and these are my thoughts and opinions on Yooka-Laylee. A game devised through Kickstarter showed promise to many gamers, and indeed casual fans of the classic Nintendo 64 game, Banjo-Kazooie, and first impressions dictate it did very little to cover that influence in its developmental process and subsequent release. You take control of the characters Yooka and Laylee. Yooka is a chameleon whose polite approach to platforming makes for a surprising change of pace compared to many protagonists of the same genre, well, at least compared to Laylee, a bat whose not so subtle approach to character interactions act as a good cop bad cop collaboration. To give the game some backstory, your home has been shrouded by an evil corporation that steals the pages of books for profit, I guess? Headed up by the nefarious B. Okay, I won't act as if the developers forgot to name that guy until the last minute. During the mass suction of book pages, Laylee's profit book is taken amidst the mayhem. Fortunately, the pages referred to as Page Eyes manage to separate themselves from the core of the book, and now both Yooka and Laylee are charged with the task of getting back all 145 pages of the book, before B manages to utilise all of the pages to unify the book and somehow control the universe. Much like Banjo-Kazooie, the plot is bizarre yet intriguing. Gameplay-wise, it handles like many sandbox platformers / adventure games of its kind, and from what I've played so far, it holds both definite promise. Much like Banjo-Kazooie and even Mario 64, it involves jumping into books that lead to various worlds which contain tasks, such as races, capturing ghost writers, who are literal ghosts, with each one containing a different capture method, and even puzzles that require using a specific berry or slamming specific symbols to open the cages of pages that have been locked up by B's minions. Let's cover some of the awesome mechanics this game actually has. The game utilises a cool expand or explore mechanic, in which by collecting page eyes you can choose whether to discover new levels to continue your journey to thwart the evil B, or unveil more areas within the current world and uncover new tasks, hidden items, and even interact with characters from other indie games such as Shovel Knight. This adds replayability to current objectives, and exploration is structured as a sort of go-at-your-own-pace style, which in a game that's often referred to as a collectathon, is usually perceived as a positive. Now it's time to talk about the negative aspects of Yooka-Laylee. The main issue I have is the one being the 2GB update patch day 1. Much like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 a few years ago, an early patch means bugs aplenty, and not just because the main villain of the game is a bumblebee. Another downside, at least from my perspective, is the constant need for the developers, Platonic Games and Team 17, to constantly break the fourth wall by constantly referencing other games and parodying various video game characters. Take for instance this old minecart. He's called Kartos, and is sarcastically referred to by Laylee the Bat as the God of Ore. Package that with the annoying quiz necessary for you to complete in order to progress through the game, what many may see as a quizzical transition, I see as a pace-breaking obstruction. The verdict, based on what I've played so far up to this point, has been a fairly positive experience, and hopefully picks up as I progress. Negative aspects aside, it's been a decent adventure so far, albeit a little repetitive. If you're a fan of classic platforming and exploration, I recommend giving the game a try, providing you can overlook its shortcomings. And that's my thoughts and opinions on Yooka-Laylee. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I've been Heracross Gaming, and I'll see you guys soon.